All right, Dan, I got another question for you.
Yeah.
When someone is making the choice to hire an attorney, what would be some red flags to look for when making that choice?
So despite being an attorney, I've never hired an attorney, which I guess makes me pretty lucky. I can only compare it by like analogy to other forms of shopping. So paying attention to Google reviews, they're not gospel true, and anybody can get mad and leave a bad Google review. But do they tend to be positive, or are they very mixed? That can be an easy indicator. When you sit down with them, hiring an attorney is similar to hiring other types of professionals, but it's its own thing. There's nothing exactly like hiring a lawyer. So you can compare it to talking with a doctor, because lawyers and doctors both have terrible bedside manners, and they're all just obsessed with like logic and intellect. You could compare it to hiring a contractor. You could compare it to negotiating with a car salesman. So in the vein of purchasing a car, I don't like it when I feel very pressured to make a decision, buy this car. It's not going to be here before too long. I am very much the opposite of that when I sit down with folks, and oftentimes tell them, if you want to take the time, talk to as many attorneys as you want. I'll still be here. There's no rush on my end for this, and I'm happy to jump on it whenever you're ready. Are they a good listener? Just thinking along that contractor analogy, if I was talking about work I wanted done on a property or to my house or something, and I was pointing things out, and then they weren't able to kind of follow the conversation very well, or it seemed like they had an idea already in their mind and I was having to push against that, that would be a big red flag to me. The exact same thing can happen with lawyers, if not maybe worse, because lawyers can get so used to how things are normally done, especially in a particular locality, that they're kind of telling you it's how it's going to go, as opposed to hearing what your needs are. And that's another thing that we try and take really seriously, is understanding what our clients' goals for their case are and pursuing those, and always advising them about cost and likelihood of success and those factors, so they can always make informed decisions. Candor and rapport are, of course, other things. If you feel like, you can't know if somebody's being honest with you, that's the nature of life. But if you feel like they're being honest with you, if you have a natural rapport with them, you're going to be working with your attorney for months, maybe years going forward. And so feeling comfortable with them, feeling like they're always being honest with you, that they're not hiding things from you, to an extent, you've got to feel that out, and it's got to be kind of a human endeavor, more so than even an intellectual one at times. Don't turn off your brain when you're picking a lawyer, but how it feels is also important.
All right. Thank you.
Yep.